Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. If you've ever dreamed of starting your own skincare business but you felt overwhelmed because you don't know how or where to start from, this is the ultimate guide for you. This is a summary of everything that I will be discussing today, and this video sums up the consultation and advices that I've shared with our clients who currently have thriving skincare businesses. So this is not one of those generic videos you can find here on YouTube. Speaking of clients, I have helped countless new business owners just like yourself start and scale their businesses. So everything that I will share today is from my personal experience and my 10 years worth of insider knowledge from working directly with top beauty and fashion manufacturing companies. And if you stay till the end, you get all the tools and resources that you need, plus a free ebook of 100 profitable business ideas that you can start in different niches. But first, if this is the first time you're seeing this channel, welcome. This channel was created for a complete beginner who wants to start their fashion or beauty business. However, if you also want to scale your existing fashion or beauty business, you're also welcome to stay. I share business tips and details on how to start and grow a profitable business. I review and recommend different manufacturers that you can use to start your businesses. And these manufacturers are those that I have personally vetted and verified. By the way, I have almost a decade's worth of experience working with this manufacturing companies. So I have a system that I use to vet and verify them. I share profitable business ideas that you can start every now and then. I recommend resources that you can use to start your business like a professional, even if you're just a complete beginner. You'll always find the links to all of this in the description box. So if that is something you like, stick around to the end of all our videos. I often leave like secret Easter eggs for our community members. So if you want to be a part of the community member and you want to partake in the Easter eggs, subscribe. Step 1. Understanding the skincare industry. The first step to understanding the skincare industry is knowing all the sub-industries within the industry and where your business intends to come in from. Within the skincare industry, we have the following sub-industries. We have the face care industry, the lip care industry, the body care industry, the eye care industry, and so on. So ask yourself, where do you intend to come in from? To answer that question, here are some questions that you need to answer to help you find out your what. Number 1. Who is your ideal customer? So to answer this question, you need to focus on just one person that you want as a dream customer. Number 2, what is their pain point? Focus on one beauty problem that they are currently struggling with that you think you can help them with. Number 3, what other products do they like? So in this case, you find 3 skincare companies that your ideal audience likes or uses, and then you check their core message. So the core messages of these 3 companies, you check what they are doing or what they are not doing well. Number 4, how can your skincare business idea help your ideal audience? For this first part, this is my own answer. Let's assume that I want to start a lip care business. For my ideal customer, her name is Tara. She's 25, so obviously a Gen Z. She's a beauty content creator. She has 3 best friends, all in the same industry as her. They like to have fun, and this includes partying every now and then. Her favorite genre of music is R&B, and she loves Ariana Grande. She goes to Pilates classes every week, and she enjoys journaling because, this year she has decided that she's going to embrace self-love and accountability. She loves to take pictures and, just share memories of her life, her friends, and her pets. She loves to read the comments on her Instagram, and connect with her followers, and then she's friends with some Instagram influencers. Because of the nature of her job, she has a very busy social life. But Tara struggles with hyperpigmentation on her lips.
What?
Yes, she's a social smoker, but unfortunately, her lips produces so much melanin and now they are darker than she would like. Because of how dark her lips are, she struggles to wear some of the lipstick shades that she would generally prefer. And because of that, again, she also cannot accept lip products PR because she doesn't want to highlight her insecurities. Because After all, her entire personal brand is about embracing self-love and, every imperfection. She likes to binge watch beauty influencers on YouTube or TikTok. And whenever they recommend any lipstick, she always finds herself wondering if she can pull it off as good as the influencers. So in every photo, she's reminded of the color of her lips. Even though her friends say, oh, it's not that bad, it's okay, she doesn't feel confident to try out most lip products. So Tara's pain point is hyperpigmentation on her lips. My responsibility now is to do an in-depth research on lips pigmentation to understand why hyperpigmentation happens on the lips, how the skin on the lips actually works, and products that can break down the melanin on that part of the body, which is the lips. So of course I did not do that in this presentation, but if this is a business that you want to do, you need to do this research. Study every article there are, know the business from A to Z. Even if this takes up to a month to complete, put in the work. The next thing I'll obviously do is to stalk the lip care companies that Tara would have checked out before. So you know that it's not just now she had this problem, so she has been checking out other companies. So that would be these three. These products have been recommended by some of Tara's friends and influencer friends. So I will read up articles on the ingredients in each of these products. If I can, I'll buy all three of the products. I'll study them, I'll test and see what is in each of the products. If possible, I'll find friends or family members who probably smoke or suffer from the same issue as Tara if I personally don't suffer from that issue. And then I'll gift them the product. And as I'm gifting them, I'll observe them for a specific period each. This is a more precise research, and then I'll document everything for my own business. I may use this as part of the first 30 contents that I'll post on my business social media. So think of the kind of response this kind of content will receive from your ideal audience. They'll feel seen and heard. This kind of content will serve as your quote unquote the reason why you're building your business or your product. A cheaper option will obviously be to study the ingredients and read reviews online, both the good and the bad. Find out why people like it or why people don't like the product. By the time I'm done, I'll know why Tara's lips are the way they are. I'll know what she needs. So if she needs like a lip care set or a lip care kit containing maybe a lip exfoliating scrub, a lips moisturizer infused with vitamin C, and a lip balm with sunscreen, or if I'm trying to sell just one product, it will be like a lip moisturizer with vitamin C specifically created for Tara. By the way, this is how me and a client I worked for last year figured out her ideal client for a lip care product that she wanted to launch. So if you don't know what type of skincare business that you want to start, I have something that can actually help you. It's a free ebook containing 100 business ideas with 267 ways you can implement them. The implementation part helps you figure out who your ideal audience is because it will straightforwardly tell you how you can start the skincare business. And in that ebook, you have over 30 ideas in the skincare business ideas section. The link to the ebook is obviously in the description box. Now let's go to step 2, developing your unique selling point. For this step, you're trying to come up with something that sets you apart from others, or something that your brand focuses on and is better than others who are likely doing the same business as you. There are a couple of questions that can help you with this step. Number 1, what problem are you specifically trying to solve with this product that you're releasing? It's better you stick to solving one problem. So when people think of your brand, they should be able to say, yes, I used their product and it helped to solve this issue for me. Number 2, will this product you're working on work on a specific skin type, or is it for all skin types? Number 3, what results have clients who use your products gotten? You can go into details by asking yourself, the duration, so how long it took, what happened after they used it, and their experiences using your product. So if you have clients with different skin types, you now have a wider test result to draw your conclusions from. This reminds me of a client that I worked with some time ago. They had ordered samples from a manufacturer that I recommended for them, and they were about to launch after testing the product on 2 or 3 people with the same skin type. So when they were about to launch, they reached out to me, and in our usual conversation, I asked them of the results of their testing. According to them, the people that they sent the products to tested them but did not document it. So this client was one of the people. She used her products, right? But she did not document it. She only took like mental notes of how her skin improved. As we talked more, we realized that she and the people she sent the products to, they had the same results because they all had the same skin type. So I urged her to send PR packages to other people with different skin types, and the results were completely different. Like, I'm talking about 3 days to like 2 weeks difference for these people. Imagine if she had just marketed her skincare line based off of her results and the first two people she sent it to. There is no way she would have known that it takes longer on other skin type. So based off of these findings, this formed her unique selling point. And that's how her body care business was different from others selling the same thing. In her marketing, she focused on how different skin types react to her product and their duration. So even if you're just buying private label products, make sure you don't skip step 1 and this step 2. By private label, I mean you're buying product that the skincare manufacturing companies have formulated and tested using their in-house scientists and dermatologists. And at that point, all you need to do is add your own logo and branding. Do not skip this step. Step 3, securing your website and social media domains. At this point, you know what you want to sell, you know who you want to sell to, you know what you want to call your business. So you've confirmed that no other business in your niche has the same name as yours, and it's not among the banned words to use for a business name in your country of residence. Yes, most countries have banned words that you cannot use as a business name. So make sure you check all of that. And also, your business name is something that, can be remembered easily. The next thing you want to do is to secure your domain on social media and your website domain. Some clients have asked me if it's compulsory to get a website when they're starting out, and I always tell them it depends. Do you want to look professional when you're starting out? Do you plan to reach international audiences? Because with social media, the chances of your business hitting markets outside of your geographic location is limitless. When that happens, will you tell your clients that, the reason why you don't have a website is because you didn't plan to sell to them? Platforms like Shopify has made it even easier for new business owners by creating this $1 for 3 months opportunity. So for the first 3 months, you'll be charged $1 per month to have your website on Shopify. So take advantage of it and plan for it. I'll leave a link in the description box where you can get it. The benefits of owning your own website is limitless, but if you still think it's not necessary, you can always look for another alternative. For social media domains, sign up for different platforms. Utilize as many as you know that your ideal audience spends their time on the most. So if I use the lip care business that I spoke about earlier, I know that Tara uses Instagram and TikTok more than she uses Pinterest or YouTube or Threads or Facebook. In fact, she doesn't use Pinterest with the aim of buying anything, so she barely uses the app. Knowing that, do you think it's smart for me to sign up for an app like maybe LinkedIn or Reddit, or focus all my energy posting every day on apps like Facebook that I know she doesn't use, or Pinterest that she's barely on? Leave the answer in the comments so I know that you're following everything that I have been saying. Next, if you don't have a professional email address like the one you get when you have a website domain, go ahead and create one on Gmail with your business name. I think this is also a good opportunity to tell you to utilize SEO on your social media accounts. So here's an SEO tip. Your logo and basically every other content you post on your account should have your business name and your niche together with whatever the content is about in the title. So before you post, make sure you rename the content with this information. You can also add location if you want to be very specific and if you want to show up in your location when people search on search engines. Step 4, registering your skincare business. The benefits of registering your skincare business is numerous, but I'll just explain 2 reasons why you need to register your business and get all the necessary legal papers that you need. By legal papers, I mean your LLC, your LTDs, and all of that good stuff. So the first reason why you need to register your skincare business is when you register your business, you will find out if your business name has already been taken or used by another business owner who may not even have social media. So you probably don't even know about that. The next reason is because when you register your business, you automatically have made it a legal entity separate from you. So in any case where you or your business gets sued, only the ones sued will be affected. For example, if you get sued for whatever reason, your business bank account will not be affected unless, on rare occasions. So this is the legal part of running your business. So make sure you get your business registered, okay? Step 5, how to budget your skincare business capital. I don't know why most people don't discuss this part, but this is a question that I love to discuss with my clients because most people will go in for product development, the branding, logo, and many other minor things, but then they will ignore the marketing part of their business. And then you see them crying on social media, nobody's buying their products, but you're not marketing it. Or they will do most of this part and then ignore or forget the legal parts. That's the business registration part, which is also a very important part of your business. So during this step, I want you to group your business capital into 4 different parts. The first part is for product development. The amount that you allocate here will cover things like your product formulation if you decide to start from scratch, or private labeling if you're just going to add your logo to unbranded products. It will also cover things like your samples, it will cover your first big order, it will cover your shipping. So you cannot be stiff here with the budget. You can allocate 40 to 50% of your entire budget in this part, and it's completely fine because you have to develop a very good product. The second part is the brand development. So the amount allocated here will cover your brand's physical appearance. So things like your website, your logo, apps or software that you need to run things smoothly and so on. If you're paying to outsource this thing, so let's say you're paying somebody to design your website, you're paying somebody to design your logo, you're paying somebody to edit your videos or pictures or images or whatever you're going to use for your business, you will need this budget. That's what this budget is for. If you're doing it by yourself, you might not spend anything here, or you just spend a little bit of this budget, but it's always good to keep this budget. So this budget should take like 5 to 10% of your entire budget. Since you're starting out, I would say it would take less than 10%, but let's just say 5 to 10%. Just keep 5 to 10% of your entire budget here. The next part is the legal development part. Remember the business registration and documentation that I spoke about earlier. This amount allocated here will cover all of that. So this should take like 5 to 10% of your entire budget as well. Next and the last part is your marketing. So the amount you set out for this part could make up like 30 to 40% of your entire capital. And the reason why is because having a perfect product that nobody knows about is the worst thing to happen to your new business. You do not want this to happen to you. So whether it is to pay for influencers, whether it is to run adverts, or whatever means you need to get your business in front of your ideal audience, this money goes for all of that. Now let's go over the most important part of this video. If you haven't shared this video to your friends and loved ones or your family members, please do so, okay? Thank you. Step 6, finding the right skincare manufacturers for your business. This part is the part that scares a lot of beginners like yourself. In fact, a few of the questions I get a lot is, do you trust these manufacturers that you recommend? Would they be able to do this and that for me? Which top brands have they worked with before? Can you drop the names of the brands and so on? Before I recommend the manufacturers that you can use for your skincare business, there are a few things that I would like you to understand. Firstly, what type of manufacturer are you trying to work with? Believe it or not all manufacturers are the same. Depending on your needs, there are some manufacturers that you should focus on and some that you should just not really focus on. For example, if you're planning to make the products from scratch, you need to focus on only custom skincare manufacturers. They can do all kinds of customizations for you plus more. And that's the kind of manufacturers that I recommend. But if you do not use the manufacturers that I recommend, do a careful diligence before you buy anything from them, because they will tell you that they are custom manufacturers. But then if you were diligent enough, you find out that they are just middlemen, and then they will outsource your order to another manufacturing company. That's when you begin to experience things like delayed lead time and all of those other stressful things. Now, I'm not saying that a real manufacturer cannot experience delayed lead time, but it's more rampant from middlemen suppliers. Also, a refund from these middlemen suppliers are harder because they outsourced your order. Secondly, how much do they sell the products that you're interested in on average? This one is more for people who just want to buy ready-to-ship skincare products without any branding. So you're not interested in starting production or trying to formulate anything or sending in your requirements and all of that. You just want to buy what the manufacturers already have, product that they've already made and it's just there ready to be shipped. So if you're selling products like, let's say, Korean face mask sheets or the likes of those, and you're not planning to brand them, you want to choose manufacturers within a particular price range. So as you're doing your due diligence, reach out to as many suppliers as you can find and then analyze this. As a complete beginner, this process can be very daunting. So I'll recommend this skincare vendors list. On this list, there are 10 skincare manufacturing companies' contact details in it. So information like their registered company name, their physical address so that you can visit them if you're ever in that location, their website address, their email address for those that have those, and their social media such as their WhatsApp number, their Skype ID, and so on. These manufacturers are companies that I have personally vetted and verified. So yes, I have reviewed their certifications, I have checked their credentials, I have checked the products that they sell. I've checked everything to ensure that they adhere to every regulations at all times. They are really good and I endorse them. They sell all kinds of skincare ready to ship products as well. So even if you're just a wholesale skincare business owner, they've got you covered. They've got a wide range of products ranging from face care products, body care products, lip care products, eye care products, and so on. So if you want to customize your product even from scratch, they are custom manufacturers. They offer private labeling services as well, and they also sell ready to ship skincare products. All of them are located in China, and if you stick around for our other videos, I'll be reviewing them in the coming weeks or days. If you're interested in this skincare vendors list, I'll leave the link to it in our description box. Step 7. Learning how to work with the manufacturers like a pro. In the previous step, I told you about the recurring questions I get from new clients. So the questions of I am a beginner, how do I work with them, and what kind of message should I send to them, or should I say this, should I say that to them, are also a part of some of the questions that I get. Working with the manufacturers I previously recommended is not that hard. You obviously need to be a professional. Imagine if a representative from a brand like maybe The Ordinary or Nivea or any of your favorite skincare brand were reaching out to a skincare manufacturing company. Do you think they will be informal or not professional, or maybe type in short forms or use improper grammar expecting the supplier to figure out what they are trying to say, or go in without the knowledge of the business they're about to get into, or not understand the basic business ethics or lingos when working with these manufacturing companies? In as much as some of the sales representatives of these companies might take out time to educate you about the industry, they are not entitled to do your own research for you. In fact, it's not smart for you to expect them to do that for you. So if you followed the research steps I spoke about in the first 2 steps of this video, you are now only lacking the expertise needed to work with the manufacturers, and that I can help you with. Everything you need to know about working with the manufacturers I recommended in the previous steps, like a professional, even if you're a complete beginner, is found in this business guide. So things like a complete business overview of what to expect when working with manufacturers, the kind of services they offer and what they mean, how you can professionally contact the manufacturers, messaging templates that you can use, how to professionally negotiate with the manufacturers, which are detailed tips from an expert, how you can get the manufacturers to reduce their MOQ for you, how you can pay the manufacturers directly without any agents or middlemen. This one is actually for our clients in Africa. How you can ship your product directly to your doorstep, or the shipping methods explained in details. And lastly, a link to the Google Drive containing step-by-step tutorial videos on everything covered in the guide for virtual learners. Do you remember those clients that I've been talking about and how we talk and I give them business tips here and there? The reason that is because they are VIP clients, and that's because they got this business guide together with the contact list that they were interested in. So one of the perks of getting this guide is you will have direct access to me on WhatsApp till you no longer want me. And no, you will not be added to any group chats. All our conversations will strictly be confidential. So if this sounds like something that you want, you find the link to this business guide in the description box. Step 8. Ordering your samples. This step involves you ordering your first samples. So since it's a skincare brand, my advice to you is to get the samples and test them out. Even if it takes a month, 2 months, test and document every single thing. You can send them to your friends or your family members or a selected group of people and then ask them to document everything for you. Follow them up so that they actually do it, especially if they are doing it for free for you. The samples you get are for checking out how well the product works and the duration, so make sure you use them well. I should add that this step is majorly for people opting for custom products, so yeah, test them out. Step 9. Marketing your skincare business. There is a trend on social media at the moment, and the trend is creating unselfish content. So you make your content about the benefits of your product to your audience. Think of a customer asking you, what is in it for me? when you're creating the content. As a new business owner, if you follow the tips I left in step 1 and 2, you can use that to explain why you started your business, who you're trying to reach, the testing process of your samples, the reason you selected the people you sent out the products to. Those kind of content are not selfish, and people are currently raving over those type of content. I saw a video on Instagram. It was the launch video that a business owner, a guy, and his girlfriend made about testing their product. The product in question is a nail growth oil. One of the business owner is a nail tech, and her boyfriend and her started the business, and he talked about how the reason they launched their business is because a recurring problem that most of her clients suffer from is nail growth. And before they launched the product, or rather before they launched the business, they ordered samples and began to test it on themselves for some weeks, and they documented the entire process. He showed his process and her own process of how the nail growth oil helped them grow their nails and how long it took. And then when they launched, they got over 10K orders also. See? The content is unselfish. That's what people want to see. They want to see how your product helps them. So what is in it for them? That's what they're interested in. So make sure you incorporate this in your business as you prepare to order your first large order. As a newbie, I would advise that you focus on 2 or 3 social media platforms first and get very good at understanding the platform, the algorithm, the type of contents that do well there before moving to another. I would say maybe stay on the platform for like 60 to 90 days before you migrate to test out other platforms. Post consistently. I think 5 times a week is not bad. If you want the platform to push your content out, you have to be very, very consistent. If you can post once a day, every day, it's even still very okay. It's consistency over perfection. Always plan your content ahead, and whether you decide to use UGC creators or influencers or run paid adverts, make sure you understand how to calculate the metrics of each of these options to see what is working for you. And then when you find out the one working for you, just scale that one. I think this video has gotten really long, so in another video, I'll discuss how much inventory you should order for your first launch with tips on why you should do that. In the light of that, the type of content you should be expecting from me on this channel include step-by-step ways that you can start different fashion and beauty businesses based off of my experience with my clients who currently have successful 5, 6, and 7-figure businesses. I'll rank and review manufacturers for the businesses so you can see who you'll be working with when you get our contact list. I'll also share detailed business tips that you need to know in order to have a very successful business when you're working with international manufacturers as a complete beginner. So make sure you keep an eye out for all of these videos when they drop. Remember to check our description box for the links to all of these resources I spoke about. So just a quick recap. The 100 Business Ideas ebook that will help you come up with profitable business ideas is free and it's up for grabs. Follow the advice in step 1 and 2 to understand how to do a proper audience research for your skincare business. Step 3, 4, and 5 goes over your social presence, budgeting, and the legal aspect of your business. Step 6, 7, 8, and 9 goes into skincare manufacturers you should use, business resources, tips on how to launch and marketing. Anyways, as promised, the Easter egg for this video is to give you an insider scoop on what our next video will be about. The next video will be on how to start a jewelry business as a complete beginner in 2025. The video will be very detailed, so make sure you keep an eye out for it. Leave this emoji in the comments if you have watched till this point. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. I'm always happy to answer them. See you soon.